Alright boys, welcome back. So Ceres' Idle Adventure has just released its first big update that completely changes how the game works, made the early progression a lot better, and also the game more rewarding. We have progressed pretty far into the story mode, and that's for one main reason. That's because they've basically nerfed everything in the game to make it a lot more easier. If we look at the main balance adjustment right here, they basically changed where certain monsters appear in story modes, but also the big important one, lowered the difficulty in elite bosses and final bosses. So before this update went live, I was around stage 580, where now I am currently on 1.1k. I've doubled my progress, and you can even see right now that the bosses are actually, I'm doing them right now. I mean, I'm getting to the point where like it's starting to, you know, catch up with me. But if we look towards the rankings a little bit now, bear in mind I don't know the exact rankings, but I believe no one hit 1k before the update, or they were very close to it. We're now on 2k. Now for comparison, we currently have around 2.4k story quests in the game as it is right now, which covers all of season 1 of the actual anime. And once again, for people that spend a lot of money, have been playing the game grinding non-stop the last like 2 to 3 weeks now, to only get towards like 1k, not even halfway through the story mode, you know, something had to be changed, and they've now done it. So yeah, we can now actually reliably obviously get towards stage, you know, 2.4. And bear in mind, this is only chapter 1. You know, I assume once the game launches, we're going to get like chapter 2 Eskin on the commandments, and then we're going to get season 3 and season 4 and 5 and onwards, right, and get the movie stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go here. Because imagine we're going to get upwards like, you know, stage like 20,000 or even 10k, depending on how you want to do it as well. So yeah, once again, that is very good. But also I guess it's just nicer because if you are a new player, then I think around stage 300 you struggle a lot because you go against Guild Finder, which is like the first time the game actually gets quite hard. So now you're able to progress even further to get even more rewards, because I remember every single time you do complete like 5 stages, you get right here when you do get to claim 200 free gems, and that is going to stack up quite a lot, to the point that yeah, I've farmed over basically 60,000 because I've spent some already. They've also now added effects for artifact cards, which I don't know if it was already in the game, but they're making a big point out of it. But I do think the change is now they have the effect, right? So before you'll get all of these little buffs here, well now you're getting 50% final attack, or just attack on your DPS here, which is massive by the way. So this one is super important to get, and thankfully it is one of the early ones you do unlock. Plus you get some energy too, and that goes for all the sets basically. Also, the first big change they've added is now adding more repeat quests. So every single time you defeat 5 stages, you're going to get a repeat quest, which aren't too crazy, but they stack up quite a lot. So you can see right now you are going to get the repeat quest, and bear in mind this is every 5 stages. So if you have, you know, 100 or 1,000 stages, you get a lot here, and it also gives you a bunch of XP. So you can see right now what it says is to draw 3 times. You draw 3 times multiplier, boom, you are then going to get 10 free ticket summons, which you are then forced to spend those 10 free ticket summons. And I will say I have gotten 2 legendaries off doing this, so it does happen quite a lot. And then going back, you can then see you can claim rewards, and you're going to get 500k of your level XP. And boys, this makes a massive difference. If you were early on, like when I was playing the game up until the new update, I generally couldn't max out my team. The biggest problem with my team was getting enough XP to, you know, fully max out. Well, now that's changed. I've now maxed out all my main characters plus extra, and I still have 143 million. XP is no longer a problem in this game to a certain extent, which is very, very good, because once again, box CC does matter a little bit. Where now my biggest problem is I don't have enough dupes to even level up my character, which I think is more of a better problem than having the dupes, but you can't even level up because it takes so long. Doing like 1 or 2 levels a day didn't really feel that good. We're now, once again, adding this little effect in, this little repeat mission, you're going to get a lot of XP very early on and very quick. Also, not to mention that now giving you a bit more currency into the summons. It's not a lot, you are getting 10, but you know, if you do the math and you realize I'm on like stage 1.1k, divide that by 5, you get around, I've basically been given around 2,000 tickets, which once again early on can help you progress through your summons a little more faster, because if you don't know in this game, to get actual legendary characters, you do have to reach level 5, I believe it is. So that early game in 70s Idols is just spamming through your resources as much as possible, trying to get towards level 5 to where you can start unlocking legendaries, and of course then get towards level 6 so you can start summoning for the actual rate up characters. So yeah, overall it made the game so much better, because now we can actually play a little bit and not be restricted other than just summoning, which is kind of what the game wants you to do a little bit. They've also changed some of the content a little bit to where they have actually, you know, nerfed or even buffed some of the game mode. So yeah, like I said, they nerfed completely on the gold hero dungeon. Before, I was struggling to clear through it, where now mod is just one-shot all of them with an AoE skill. The lab sample dungeon has also been nerfed as well, so it's a lot more easier. Advent Battles said it's been changed, but I think it might have been nerfed or buffed. I don't know. It's a lot more harder now. Before, I was getting like 400, damage per run. Well, now I'm only getting 2.5, but it could be also because they changed the color, so my timings aren't as good. But they definitely made this boss a lot more harder, so you are going to get a lot less rewards, which means you actually can't buy the stuff in the shop, basically. But that might just be because there's a new season reset. They never touched Tower Trials, but you are now getting more rewards and more stuff to upgrade, and you're now able to, fully max out like a full green team, full red team. You can now go with type of honest, so it's not really been nerfed, but it's also been made easier with the fact that you now have the capacity to build up other characters. I will say they've nerfed and buffed PvP. One, I think they've now actually activated live PvP. If I quickly just actually buy PvP stamina right now, you will see we actually do now find real people. Now, granted, it's still with their bots, so it's still not, a real person playing at the exact same time. But yeah, I've now started to lose them. And you see right now, I'm bored, so I've lost because I cannot defeat this guy. I think he's the only person in this game right now, or at least that I can find, that always beats me. So if we just skip right through it, you can see we actually do lose. Oh, we won. Wow, okay, never mind. Okay, so the change to a PvP is simple. It's just when you're buying your 5 festival tickets with actual gems, normally they would accumulate. So it'll be 5, then 10, then 15, 20, and just slowly go up towards you get to 100, where now it's automatically set at 10, which is a good and bad thing. Good because if you are someone who wants to, grind through PvP, it's not going to cost you as much diamonds in comparison towards the last time. And there is no limit reset. You can do as much as you want a day as long as you have the gems for it. But the little bit of a nerf was the fact that the first 10 tickets you bought a day was 5 gems rather than 10. So before, you could spend 50 diamonds a day to get 10 free reset, when now if you wanted to do that, it's going to cost you 100. So a little bit of a nerf there, not that much of a big deal. I think if anything, overall it's just probably a bit better. And in 2 quick changes, if they've now added a little Demon's Clang's hidden treasure towards some stages, and of course increase the daily rewards. Alright, so in the lab sample dungeon, you can see you can now get this Demon Clang's chest, which is actually pretty rewarding. You can see I've actually gotten one of many special power, which resets your actual XP on a character. And yeah, overall they're pretty good. You do get 1 a day or 3, 6 however times you actually do the actual raid boss, basically. But first time clear, you're going to get 5. Now, obviously, before the update, I already cleared through a lot of them. So when I logged in, I didn't get the chance to open them, but I believe they did refund some of the resources because I logged into a bunch of free currency. But since now the raid boss is a lot easier, you can now clear through a lot more. And overall, it's a much better experience here because the lab sample dungeon wasn't the greatest experience each day you log in, especially when you get towards my point where like you have a 60% chance, or 70, well right now it's 80, but it's going to go upwards to 60 and even higher, actually slowly progress and level up your actual magic research. And logging in one day, doing all my raid boss to get enough to level up once and failing didn't really feel that good. It was progressing so slow through this to where now, I mean, even though it's still the same because you're not getting more rewards, I mean, you kind of are because you're now doing harder stages, but you're now going to be able to get that treasure chest every single day. Once again, a little bit more rewarding. These actual upgrade items are very, very good. You want to get those, but also just get anything here, which is very, very nice. And yeah, we love it. Every day you're able to claim some free energy, where now you could do the same, but you've now doubled it. So before, I think it was like 10, 5, 5, 10, 10, 20. Well, now they've just completely doubled it. So once again, more energy in the morning. We love to see it. And we don't have to talk too much about this, but you've now added a lot more packs to make some more money, of course, which is, I think, once again, completely fine. But yeah, that is basically the update. Like I said, the biggest change is that they've now made the game a lot more easier, and you're now able to progress a lot more faster, where you're not really stuck around, say, 300 if you are a new player. You're able to get more tickets now, more diamonds, basically. So you're able to get towards level 5 and level 6 summons a lot more faster than what it took before, which was like 2 to 3 days a little bit. We're now able to max out our teams more consistently. We're now actually level up characters rather than, being restricted. And we're now able to just do a lot more summons and, of course, play the game a little bit more now, since they've now actually made it a lot more easier to where you can progress a lot more faster now. So, yeah, boys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Like I said, I have 50k gems, which is how much would that even cost in like actual currency? I mean, of course, buying that out right here, you can see you can get, what is it, like 30k gems for $70 basically. So to get 50k for free, 60k even, because once again I spent some diamonds to get the pity onto barn. But yeah, I think I'm done summoning right now. We'll probably start saving for Escanor, Merlin, Gopher, whoever decides to come out next, which to be fair probably won't drop until the actual live version of the game comes out, which is still fine. We'll save all the currency and do a massive summer video once the game does go live. But yeah, boys, thank you for watching the video. Crazy that this game is only 2 to 3 weeks old and they're already changing the game this much. Once again, it is a beta, so expect some more changes that's going to benefit the players. So boys, thank you for watching, and yeah.